friends, colleagues, fellow humans navigating the intricate tapestry of life. I stand before you today to address a topic that resonates deeply within each of us, a universal experience that can either propel us forward or hold us captive. The art of handling criticism and maintaining our momentum. It's a skill, a mindset, a journey in itself, and mastering it is crucial for our personal and professional growth, our resilience, and our overall well-being. Criticism, in its various forms, is an inevitable part of the human experience. Whether it comes from a supervisor offering feedback on our work, a friend expressing concern about a decision we've made, a family member sharing their opinion on our lifestyle, or even the anonymous voices echoing in the digital realm, criticism is a constant presence. Our natural inclination might be to recoil, to feel defensive, hurt, or even angry. These are valid human emotions, but it's our response to these emotions and to the criticism itself that ultimately determines its impact on our lives. For many, criticism feels like a personal attack, a judgment on our worth as individuals. This is especially true when the criticism is delivered poorly, laced with negativity, or feels unwarranted. Our ego, our sense of self, can feel threatened, and our immediate reaction is often to protect ourselves, to justify our actions, or to dismiss the criticism altogether. While self-preservation is a natural instinct, constantly operating from a defensive posture can hinder our growth and prevent us from learning valuable lessons. Imagine a young artist pouring their heart and soul into a painting, only to have it met with harsh and dismissive words. Their initial reaction might be one of devastation, leading them to question their talent and perhaps even abandon their passion. Now consider a scientist presenting their research findings only to face rigorous questioning and challenges to their methodology. Their initial reaction might be frustration, but if they can approach the criticism with an open mind, they might uncover flaws in their work, refine their approach, and ultimately produce stronger, more robust research. The difference lies not in the presence or absence of criticism, but in our ability to process it constructively. Handling criticism effectively is not about becoming immune to its sting, but about developing the emotional intelligence and the mental fortitude to navigate it in a way that fosters growth and propels us forward. It's about transforming potential stumbling blocks into stepping stones. So how do we cultivate this crucial skill? It's a multifaceted process that involves self-awareness, emotional regulation, a growth-oriented mindset, and a commitment to continuous learning. Let's delve into some key strategies for handling criticism and keeping our momentum intact. Firstly, we must learn to separate the message from the messenger. Often, the way criticism is delivered can overshadow the content itself. A harsh tone, a condescending attitude, or a public reprimand can trigger strong emotional responses that make it difficult to objectively assess the validity of the feedback. Try to consciously filter out the delivery and focus on the core message. What is the person actually saying? What are the specific points they are making? Even if the delivery is flawed, there might be valuable insights hidden within the criticism. Secondly, we need to actively listen and seek to understand the perspective of the person offering the criticism. Instead of immediately jumping to defend ourselves, take a moment to truly hear what they are saying. Ask clarifying questions to ensure you understand their concerns and their reasoning. Try to put yourself in their shoes and see the situation from their point of view. Even if you ultimately disagree with the criticism, understanding the other person's perspective can provide valuable insights and help you communicate your own position more effectively. Thirdly, we must develop the ability to regulate our emotional response to criticism. It's natural to feel a range of emotions when we receive criticism, from disappointment to anger. However, allowing these emotions to overwhelm us can cloud our judgment and prevent us from responding constructively. Practice techniques for managing your emotions, such as taking deep breaths, stepping away from the situation for a moment, or engaging in calming activities. By creating a space between the criticism and your reaction, you can respond more thoughtfully and rationally. Fourthly, we need to cultivate a growth mindset, as we discussed earlier. See criticism not as a judgment of your fixed abilities, but as an opportunity for learning and improvement. Embrace the idea that feedback, even when it's difficult to hear, can help you identify areas where you can grow and develop. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this feedback to improve in the future? This shift in perspective can transform criticism from a threat into a valuable tool for growth. Fifthly, we must learn to discern constructive criticism from destructive criticism. Not all criticism is created equal. Constructive criticism is typically specific, actionable, and offered with the intention of helping you improve. Destructive criticism, on the other hand, is often vague, personal, and delivered with a negative or malicious intent. While it's important to consider all feedback, you don't need to internalize or dwell on criticism that is clearly unproductive or harmful. Learn to identify the difference and focus your energy on the feedback that can genuinely help you grow. Sixthly, we need to ask for clarification and specific examples. Vague criticism like, "Your presentation wasn't very good," is not particularly helpful. If you receive such feedback, don't be afraid to ask for more details. Could you tell me which parts of the presentation you felt were weak? What specifically could I have done differently? By seeking specific examples, you can gain a clearer understanding of the issues and identify concrete steps for improvement. Seventhly, we must take ownership of our part in the situation. Even if you feel the criticism is largely unfair, there might be a small element of truth or a lesson to be learned. Take some time to reflect on the feedback and honestly assess your own actions and contributions. Owning your part, however small, demonstrates maturity and a willingness to learn. Eighthly, we need to develop a healthy sense of self-worth that is not solely dependent on external validation. If your self-esteem is fragile and easily shaken by criticism, it will be much harder to process feedback constructively. Cultivate a strong inner sense of self-worth based on your values, your efforts, and your inherent worth as a human being, rather than solely on external praise or the absence of criticism. Ninthly, we must learn to set healthy boundaries. While it's important to be open to feedback, you also have the right to protect yourself from abusive or consistently negative criticism. If someone's feedback is consistently delivered in a disrespectful or harmful manner, it's okay to limit your interactions with that person, or to clearly communicate your boundaries regarding how you expect to be treated. Tenthly, we need to focus on the learning and growth that can come from criticism, rather than dwelling on the negative emotions it might evoke. Once you have processed the feedback and identified any valuable insights, shift your focus towards how you can use this information to improve in the future. Develop an action plan and take concrete steps to address the areas highlighted in the criticism. This proactive approach can transform a potentially negative experience into a catalyst for growth. 11thly, we must remember that not all criticism is valid or accurate. Everyone has their own perspectives, biases, and opinions. Just because someone offers criticism doesn't mean it's necessarily correct or applicable to you. Develop your own internal compass and learn to evaluate criticism objectively, considering the source, the context, and your own self-awareness. Don't blindly accept all criticism as truth. 12thly, we can benefit from seeking out feedback proactively. Instead of waiting for criticism to come to you, actively solicit feedback from trusted sources, mentors, colleagues, friends who can offer honest and constructive insights. By proactively seeking feedback, you can identify areas for improvement before they become major issues and demonstrate a commitment to growth. 13thly, we must practice self-compassion. Be kind and understanding to yourself when you receive criticism. It's okay to feel disappointed or frustrated. Acknowledge your emotions without judgment, and remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and has areas where they can improve. Self-compassion allows you to process criticism with greater resilience and less self-blame. 14thly, we need to surround ourselves with a supportive network of people who believe in us and offer encouragement. Having people in your corner who offer positive reinforcement and help you maintain perspective can be invaluable when you face criticism. Their support can help you weather the storm and stay focused on your goals. Finally, we must remember that progress is rarely linear. There will be times when you feel like you're taking steps backward, even after receiving and acting on criticism. This is a normal part of the growth process. Don't get discouraged by setbacks. Learn from them, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. Resilience is not about avoiding criticism or failure. It's about bouncing back from it stronger and wiser. Handling criticism effectively and keeping moving forward is a testament to our inner strength and our commitment to growth. It's about transforming potential obstacles into opportunities, about learning from our experiences, and about continuously striving to become the best versions of ourselves. It's not always easy, but the rewards, greater self-awareness, increased resilience, stronger relationships, and ultimately the achievement of our goals are well worth the effort. So, the next time criticism comes your way, take a deep breath, remember these principles, and choose to see it not as a setback, but as a stepping stone on your path. Embrace the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to keep moving forward with courage, resilience, and unwavering determination. Your journey is unique, your potential is limitless, and your ability to navigate the inevitable challenges, including criticism, will ultimately define your success and your fulfillment. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward. The world awaits the unfolding of your full potential.